Welcome, friends. Welcome.
Sometimes, friends, I think all we can do is pray. That's all we can do.
Which could be a lot. Not to. It's an active way of working prayer. So let's continue to kind of gather ourselves, gather with each other, feeling your breath, the rhythm of your breath. We never know how many we have. This breath is beautiful. Feeling ourselves connected to earth, this ground that holds all our ancestors. The stuff of our body, embodied, present. And feeling the pulse of our heart. And let's open our hearts and take hands with each other. Toward the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of Guidance. Let's go to Latifa in Russia, if you could share, please.
К единому совершенству любви, гармонии и красоты, единственно сущему, объединяясь со всеми просветленными душами, которые образуют воплощение мастера, путеводный дух.
Thank you. Let's go to Shafia. Shafia, would you like to share?
Slova k jedinému, perfektnosť lásky, harmonie a krásy. Jediná bytosť, spojená so všetkými osvietenými dušami, ktoré tvoria stelesnenie majstra, ducha vedenia.
How about you, Melanie? Would you be willing to share this morning in Italian?
Verso l'uno, la perfezione dell'amore, l'armonia e la bellezza. L'essere unico, uniti a tutti gli animi illuminati che formano l'incarnazione del Maestro, lo spirito della guida.
Thank you.
Grazie.
Grazie. Okay, let's say the Bismillah together.
Bismillah,
Rahman, Rahim.
So we find refuge in Buddha, in the wisdom teachings, in the Dharma. We take refuge in doing the right thing, in right action, right relationship. And we take refuge in Sangha, our community of seekers. And we take refuge in our practice. So when we say united with all the illuminated souls, let's really remember that when we are practicing, we are linking ourselves with the illuminated ones who have given us guidance and wisdom and practice. So we're breathing, tuning to the elements, we're tuning to the earth element, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, invoking healing with the phrase Ya Shafi, oh divine healer, Ya Kafi on the in out breath, oh remedy of all. Tuning to the earth element, our bones, the ground of our being, our stability, our being a rock in a stormy sea. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, tuning to the water element, our fluidity, our own capacity to go with the flow, whatever is coming. The water of the planet that sustains life, our blood, our tears, our sweat, all the fluids that sustain and support and nourish life. The lakes, the rivers, the clouds, the rain that nourishes the garden and the earth. Invoking healing for the water element, Ya Shafi, Ya Kafi. Now we tune to the fire element, breathing in through the mouth, out through the nose. The fire element is a really crucial focus because it can bring with it so much destruction and so much. The war is full of explosions and fire, and so is our rage. And at the same time, the fire element carries the radiance of our heart, our love, our spreading, our light. This is through the fire element. So let's really focus on the illuminated souls whose light spreads through the fire element, breathing in through the mouth, out through the nose. tuning to the air element, breathing in through the mouth, out through the mouth, bringing the healing intention, Ya Shafi on the in-breath, Ya Kafi on the out-breath. Bring healing to the processes of our mind. Let our higher ideals lift us spiritually. Let our mind be free and clear. And the ether breath, tuning to the silence and the emptiness, no motion, breathing inwardly, invoking healing for our atmosphere, our essence. The breath has no motion. We're breathing through the nose and the mouth and the whole body, but without any movement. It's an inward focus. The prayer Nayas. Latifa, пожалуйста, по-русски первый.
Возлюбленный Господь, всемогущий Бог, лучами солнца, волнами воздуха, всепроникающий в пространстве жизнью, очисти и оживи нас. И мы молим, исцели наши тела, сердца и души. Аминь.
Amen. Спасибо. I want to say out loud appreciation for Latifa and Ilona and Olga and Madura and the team of people that are making prayers every day and online for peace and bringing the healing ritual out every single day. Sometimes we join. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a beautiful practice. And in English, beloved Lord, Almighty God, through the rays of the sun, through the waves of the air, through the all-pervading life in space, purify and revivify us, and we pray, heal our body, heart, and soul. Amen.
So we'll say a little bit more about this healing ritual in Russia. We'll ask Latifa to share something about it a little bit later. Everyone is welcome to that. It happens every day at 1:30 Eastern time. So you have to adjust the time for wherever you live.
8:30 Moscow.
Yeah. I think someone might have posted the link on the chat, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Zohor.
Beautiful.
It's on the chat. Healing ritual with friends in Russia. So they've been doing this for quite a while now. And, you know, it's a beautiful effort with friends from Russia and Ukraine who are
And around the world.
who are, but the concentration is really being anchored by our friends in Russia and Ukraine. And of course, when we join, we make the circle bigger. We add our prayers, active prayer. So last week we talked a little bit about Yagafar, Yagafur, and I thought those would be the two wazifas that we work with today. They have to do with forgiveness, and they draw their root word comes from the desert and refers to the skin that you use to carry water in the desert. And for that skin to hold water, it has to be soft and supple. If it dries out, if it gets hard, it won't hold the water. And so this is just a lovely root word for this way of our, we in this in the understanding of these two, Yagafar, Yagafur, is that they invite us to apply the softening agents to our own heart, so that our own heart is supple and strong and doesn't get bitter and hard. I mean, we all know what it's like to harden our heart, so it happens quickly, and this is that kind of active process of applying the honey, the softening, rubbing it into the fibers of our heart. There's a beautiful book called Physicians of the Heart, which is about the beautiful names of Allah. And, they say that there are more qualities of the beloved than there are drops of water. But then there are 99 most beautiful names. And these are two of those most beautiful names. Most beautiful. So Yagafar, I'm just going to read a little bit from this book about these two medicines. They're, I've spent enough time in South America to take the language of medicine and connecting to the earth too. How do we apply good healing to ourselves, to the world that we're part of, to our families? How do we practice that? So these are part of that medicine wheel. Yagafar, it's inexhaustible forgiveness, repetitive. Even though you may repeat the same error over and over again, you never come to the end of the beloved's forgiveness, which is inexhaustible. Divine forgiveness repairs human dryness and brittleness in the same way that bees, the way that the Arabs or the desert people use honey and the bee medicine to keep their water skins soft. Invocation of Yagafar offers a healing salve that is an antidote for self-loathing, guilt, and blame. It's especially useful to bring this divine forgiveness into the places where you've been marked by impressions of self-deficiency that have been reinforced over and over again. It brings moisture back into your system.
Moisture. They're
Yagafar, the water
those-
of life.
the holy tears.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And Yagafur is this kind of complement name that, they have the same root. And here's what this little book talks about. That Yagafur is the essence of forgiveness. It reveals the depth of the divine heart. It means to forgive all the way to the deepest possible place, all the way to the ground floor of your being. It is the kind of forgiveness that penetrates into the most repressed secrets of our hearts. Its presence allows us to accept that there is forgiveness even for the worst thing we have ever done in our life, or the worst thing that was ever done to us. So Yagafur also has that quality of light. It has that nur at the end, Yagafur. It invokes that kind of penetrating, deep awakenedness that we bring into the fibers of our own heart. So we're going to repeat these. We'll go all the way around. And, this is, I like so much that forgiveness is really the medicine we apply to our own hearts. To soften our own hearts, to make our own hearts strong and vital and resilient, so we can hold the water, the power of life. So Yagafur. You can still say it aloud for a bit, and then at some point we'll go on the breath. Yagafur. 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 Yagafur.
Yagafar, Yagafur, 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 Yagafar, Yagafur,
On the
Yagafar.
breath, and we'll just continue in the same rhythm with your breath. Breathing in Yagafar, breathing out Yagafur. And out loud 3 more times for the pair.
Yagafar, Yagafur, Yagafar, Yagafur, Yagafar, Yagafur.
Amen, amen, amen.
So we're approaching these holy days, Pesach, Passover, Easter, and there's some profound mystery in this teaching around resurrection. the closest thing to understanding it I get is from a passage that Murshid Sam writes. It's an incredible teaching that he offered a long time ago, and I asked Halima to read it aloud, give us some direction around softening our heart. Work here with Yagafur.
So this is from the 201 surahs on breath, which come from Murshid Sam. This is number 7. And for my friends in Russia, I wish I could translate for you. I'm sorry, I can't. Christ is born when God's breath enters our nostrils and is crucified when our thoughts enter our minds. Therefore, Christ was born in a manger, meaning the heart. But he was crucified at Golgotha, the place of the skull, which means the abode of thought. Born in a manger, meaning the heart, crucified in the place of the skull, meaning the abode of thought. Christ's 2 birthplaces, Bethlehem and Galilee, mean respectfully the house of breath and the place of elevation. That is to say, the physical body and the sphere of the heart. The crown of thorns around Christ's head are the thoughts of man which prevent the divine being from within from functioning. The crown of thorns around Christ's head are the thoughts, our thoughts, which prevent the divine being from within ourselves from functioning.
Yeah. So this medicine of softening the heart, of returning to the heart, of letting go of all of the crown of thorns of thought and ideology and dogma that distracts us from the divine realization, from the truth of the heart.
Christ is born when God's breath enters our nostrils. That can happen now and now. Happening now. We don't know how many breaths we get, but this breath is precious.
So these words Gafar Gafur, we also find them in this phrase Astaghfirullah, that we take refuge in the divine presence, and we take refuge in emptying ourselves of mind and returning to the heart. That's really what Astaghfirullah invites us to do. So we sing it this
So
way.
if you're not on gallery view, I'd like to invite you to go on gallery view, because we are really doing this together. You know, Murshid Sam said that you don't get enlightened by reading a book or by watching other people practice. You get enlightened through your own practice. So this is really an opportunity for us to keep practicing together.
Astaghfirullah, 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 Allah. Allah.
let's take this moment to, if you're not on gallery view, be on gallery view. And let's take this whoo sound and just blow it into each other's hearts, knowing that we reach all our relations when we do this. Yeah.
Put your hands on your heart and breathe in and out. Knowing your heart is the reservoir of all of your life, spirit, energy.
Place of refuge. Ooh, Allah. Ooh.
Remembering Murshid would say about someone important to have a clean heart and dirty fingernails, because he worked in the earth. Clean heart and dirty fingernails.
I passed on the dirty fingernails part anyway, having been in my garden. Clean heart, still working on it. You know, if you ever clean your house, you know it is a constant thing. And so it is with our hearts. We have to just keep sweeping out our hearts. Yeah. Yagafar, Yagafur. Astaghfirullah. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah. So haikus.
Time for haiku.
Haiku and poetry and short poems.
Any offering that comes from the heart.
And a sharing of your heart, if you would like.
Yeah.
Like to share. You
So
can
just
unmute.
say your name, where you are, and share.
Well, good morning. It's Guru Nam from West Palm Beach. I've missed you all for the last couple of weeks. I was away. I thought this was an appropriate one for these times. I don't know if I've ever shared this one before, but the sun still blazes through wars, poverty, and grief. Our light is like that.
Go Guru Nam.
Thank you, Guru Nam. Nice to have you back.
I've got one. I noticed where you spelled heart, 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 heart together in the announcement email. If you look at it, it spells hear the earth, hear the earth, hear the earth over and over again.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, it does. Who is that speaking?
Oh, it's Raymond.
Hi, Raymond.
I
I have one. It's Tirana in North Carolina. when we were doing the Astaghfirullah, I had the phrase float through, take one step towards Allah, and Allah will take 10 steps towards you. And that's kind of the Astaghfirullah movement.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're so lucky to have body prayer with our prayers, to add body prayer. Thank you, Tarana.
This is Shakur from New Lebanon, New York, the abode.
Hi,
I
Shakur.
have a haiku I just made. Shafi Allah, Kafi Allah, Allah. May the message of God spread far and wide. Peace, 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 peace.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, may it be so.
This is Prajna in Wisconsin. This was written in another setting and it wants out. Choir of angels sings. Voices rise, lilt, waver, fade. Notes blessing heaven.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prajna.
Good morning. This is Dirkia from Massachusetts. It's a line from Rumi. Watch for all that beauty reflecting from you and sing a love song to your existence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Naran, and I also have a Rumi poem.
Thank you.
There is a community of the spirit. Join it and feel the delight of walking in the noisy street and being the noise. Drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Close both eyes to see with the other one.
Thank you, Naran. So I'm looking at the chat and I'm not sure what Shakti, what did you put in the chat that's in Russian?
Oh, that's the what you read from Samuel Lewis.
Ah, thank you. Wow, you're quick. Thank you.
Yeah, Shakur, Shakti.
I do have something I'd love to read very quick.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm Shakti. This is from the Radiant Sutras. Worship does not mean offering flowers. It means offering your heart to the vast mystery of the universe. It means letting your heart pulse with the life of the universe without thought and without reservation. It means being so in love that you are willing to dissolve and be recreated in every moment.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shakti. I'm seeing Rusty and Celeste wrote about the chords to the Astaghfirullah. If you email me, I'd be happy to send them to you.
This is Jamila from Maine. I have a haiku. Oh, probably can't hear me.
We
Jamila,
can't hear you. Jamila,
Yep.
Louder,
could you
please.
turn up your volume?
Yep, Jamila from Maine. A haiku. This Sangha is home. My heart fills with joy and peace, sending it back to you.
Received.
Home. Where is home? Here's home. Okay, on that note, I think we will close and let's dedicate.
Gulistan, yeah.
I'm looking to see Gulistan.
По-русски, пожалуйста.
Да будут счастливы все, да будут все блаженны. Мир, мир, мир.
Большое спасибо.
I'm not sure if we have anyone here who could do it in Spanish, whose native language is Spanish.
I can do it.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Que todos los seres estén bien. Que todos los seres sean felices. Paz, paz, paz.
Thank you. Okay, let's do it in English together.
May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Peace, peace, peace.
And now you could unmute if you like and say farewell. Blessings to all.
Thank